Hello again, collectors. So here we have the top 10 of my resin model purchases over the past year. So these are the cream of the crop of 1/64 scale. This one is actually not, well, what we're looking at here was made by a brand called JEC. I'm not sure if you can still find it around for sale these days, but I think I bought this off eBay for like 35 bucks. So it's a really great model for that kind of money. The interior details are quite stupendous. The lights are absolutely amazing, how they have these resin lights, multiple colors inside of a chrome surround. The wire wheels, you know, the spokes are actually three-dimensional. So very nice model for sure. If you can find one, I highly recommend it, if you can get it at a decent price, of course. This next one here, I mean, it is such a random subject that this person, whoever decided to make the decision to make this, but the placard says HRN Model, and this is the Futura concept that eventually became the Batmobile. And so it's obviously well done. This one had a few minor quality control problems, but it's still obviously the nicest 1/64 scale Futura you're ever gonna see. I really highly doubt anyone's going to make this ever again. So if you can pick this one up, I think there was a red one, a red variation. So anyways, I like it just because it's so different from all the other things I collect. Alrighty, this one was a very pleasant surprise. This is made by YM Model. This could have been the very first YM model I got, actually. And this is the, what is it, the Lexus RCF. But of course totally modified with a Panda body kit, and it's got the ridiculous cambered wheels and stuff. But this one has a three-dimensional domed Lexus badge on the front, the wing struts, all these pieces. As usual, just the amount of detail and execution is just top-notch. So yeah, that's why this one is in here. Okay. Now, oddly, this is pretty low on my list of top 10. This is made by Scale Mini, and this is my favorite car ever in the real world. Unfortunately, Scale Mini didn't put realistic looking wheels on it. These don't match the wheels that came on the F1 GTR that won Le Mans. And also, I don't know why there's no antenna on a model this expensive. This model should definitely have an antenna sticking out the top of that roof. But otherwise, it's quite nice. You know, otherwise it has a lot of great details and stuff, but I feel for the price of these models, they should be perfect. And this one isn't quite there, so that's why it's kind of low on my list. Alright, coming up to model number 5, we have this Apollo IE. Unfortunately, it doesn't say the brand who made it, so I can't answer that question if that's running through your mind. But I think you can actually buy these off of rcmart.com, and they have a couple different color choices, and amazingly they're not that expensive. This thing is so chock full of details though. It's got all these metal grills, and they might be hard to see, but they're in the front and the rear. There's a bunch of photo-etched metal grills, and so it also has that white interior detailing. It's just a crazy looking car. This one has this really interesting pink over silver paint job, it looks like. So it's really three-dimensional, the paint. I rather like it. Okay, number what, 6 would this be? This is the Titan 64 branded Singer Porsche 911. I feel this is the nicest classic looking Porsche in 1/64 scale. This one has an extremely nice interior. It even has like gas pedals and brake pedals and stuff like that. But the turn signals are also, I'm guessing, resin on top of a chrome backing, and then they're polished perfectly smooth. So it's a lot of work to try to make a model look like this. So that's why it's high up there on my list. Okay, this one here is a Koenigsegg Regular. And it says Avant Style is the brand. And this one has a fantastic paint job as well. I almost feel like it might be silver shot with a clear coat of copper. or something. It's just so reflective, but the clear coat has so much depth to it. And then this one has these carbon fiber wheel graphic treatments there. And if you zoom in on the wheel, it actually looks like carbon fiber. If you want to get really close detail shots of these, just look up the reviews of these models and you'll see there. Okay, so this is a nice one. Alright, so I guess number 8 here. This is one of the first models I purchased. This is by LBworks. It's a modified Aventador, I believe. And it's got this matte green finish, a livery like a Japanese World War II fighter. So that's something I used to collect before 1/64 scale cars. Is a bunch of military planes in 1/200 scale. So yeah, the details of this. I mean, look at the back glass. They look like packaging plastic. They're so thin, and yeah, just over the top. Okay, number 9 is this SCM 250 GTO. I don't think you can get this anymore under the SCM brand, but there are plenty of other. I think it's DMH maybe that's selling this now, or there's some other acronym. I'm pretty sure these are fly-by-night operations. You know, they just pop up, they sell a bunch of models, they vanish, you know, to avoid being sued by Ferrari. Sadly, one of the wiper blades fell out on this in a bunch of various comparisons, but other than that, I do love this model still. It's just full of details again. Tiny little wire pieces everywhere, and the little windshield blocker there up front, and the light covers, everything. It's just a really beautiful model of one of the most beautiful cars of all time, really. So that's why it's number 9. Okay, and then still my favorite car in my entire collection would be this thing, the MR Collection Terzo Millennial. You know, partially because I like concept cars. This is a pretty radical looking concept car, but also it's this paint job. It's just so the clear coat has a bioluminescence to it. You can see how it's shifting between purple and gold and a little blue in there. Hopefully you can see that. It's wonderful. Unfortunately, let me see if I can. I'm try to dim the lights here. The darker the light is, the more you can actually see that clear coat. Unfortunately, I can't adjust the light of well, I have this piece of paper here. Yeah, I think you can really see that clear coat, you know, shifting. And actually now the solar spinner is dying because there's not enough light getting to it. Okay, yeah, and then look at the taillights. I think those are red resin on top of metal. So the tiny canards there on the side. Just to let you guys know, I think Time Micro is putting out a version of this. It naturally won't be as good as this, but I think it looks pretty decent in the promotional pics. So if you love this car, you might want to pick it up from those guys if you can't track this down. Okay. Alright, well, those are my favorite models in 1/64 scale so far. It seems as though, you know, every few months though, someone decides to put out another one of these nice resin models. So I'll keep, you know, getting a few of them as they trickle in. As obviously if they're cars that I want. But I think it was alright as far as 2021 goes, because I was pretty new to the hobby. There's just a lot of models that I wanted. But sadly, guys, I'm probably going to slow down a little bit. I got most of the castings that I've wanted. And so, well, I'm not going to put out 5 videos a day as I was in December. I had a backlog of 100 videos and it was taking up too much hard drive space. So I was dumping 5 a day. But now I'm going to get back to a more normal level. There might even be days where I don't put up a video, bearing in mind I do work and have other interests. So, in fact, I think I might start doing some videos on bicycling. That's one of my lifelong passions. Okay, guys, well, thanks for watching. Keep on collecting. Just be mindful though, these expensive resin models don't guarantee that they're going to be perfect. A lot of them have problems, as you can see in my previous video about the disappointments buying 164s. But with these guys, there really isn't anything wrong. Not much wrong to complain about, so I'm quite happy with these. Alright, thank you. Bye.